Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from whatever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, there was a very heated debate on Citizen TV show between two UDA defenders, that is Mungatana and Farah Mali. These are people who have vowed to defend William Samoei Ruto, whether he's right or wrong. This debate was between these two and the Nairobi Senator, Edwin Sifuna. And I'm telling you, with the kind of ignorance in anyone who support or defend William Ruto, it is really elevating Edwin Sifuna. In this argument, in as much there was a lot of heckling, at the end of the tunnel, Sifuna sent a very strong message to the people and the Ruto and UDA party.
My brother Mungatana was trying to paint a picture of us in the opposition as people who don't participate in debates, and he's trying to conflict my decision to reject or to not to sit there and listen to Ruto's lies during the presidential debate. And do you know what? No. Even during that presidential debate, nobody is allowed to speak.
I think
just let me finish.
Let me finish. Parliamentary.
Let me finish.
Let's be parliamentary.
We are not in parliament. How can we be parliamentary? We are on TV. We are not in parliament. King is not here to protect you. We have to speak the way we speak. This is not parliament.
No, you can't.
I can say. Who says I cannot say? This is not your show. It is his show. Let him be the one to tell me what I can say and what I cannot say. Let me finish. I'll finish.
Let me address
and then you'll address me. Let me finish first.
But you cannot call people
let me finish first.
How can you say this is a lie?
It is the English language. If something is not true, it's called a lie. This is not parliament.
In my custom, you don't talk to elders or people.
Pokomo custom. We are not here under Pokomo customary law. We are not here under Pokomo customary law.
Talk with respect. Talk with respect.
What I want to say here.
This is not a public rally of ODM. You can't come here and start calling the president lies.
If you want us to operate, the president is not a Pokomo. The president is not a Pokomo. He's not an elder.
He's
not an elder.
Okay, Mungatana, hold on.
No, Sifuna, he should respect people.
Agreed.
You can't come and say the president is telling lies.
It is lies.
If people are older than you, if people are older than you, please address them with decorum. This is not a public rally.
Agreed. Decorum. Yes.
Let me tell you, you did not call us here under Pokomo customary law.
Correct.
So let him take Pokomo customary law back to Garsen. I was not going to sit and listen to Ruto's lies as an elected official, so I chose to stay away from that debate. But the point that I am making, in terms of publicly
correct the way we use our language here, we are before the public.
Yes, you will answer that. Yes, go ahead.
The president is a liar. I can say it 100 times, and I can demonstrate it to you. And I did it before Parliament and explained the points made that were not factual. It is unanswered.
Not factual is not the same as lies.
Not factual is lies.
It is not.
Hold on. Let the younger gentleman hold on. Let's listen.
No, let me finish. I had not finished. I'm being heckled. I had not finished. I had not finished. And this is the tactic they want to use for me not to make my point. Let me finish. Let me finish. I will finish. If you don't want me to come to this show, you can tell me. You can have these Pokomo elders come and praise the president all they want. But when I am here, I will speak because it is not Mungatana that invited me here. It is you.
Okay.
Now, despite the heckling from Farah Mali and Mungatana, Edwin Sifuna was determined to deliver his message to the people, and indeed, he ended up assuming these two individuals. And Gabriel Ogoda made some observation. Of course, he was mocking them, but with the reality, this is his reaction to Edwin Sifuna's way of debate. News just in. UDA parliamentary group calls for a crisis meeting to discuss whom to send to debate Edwin Sifuna next Thursday, after Farah Mali and Danson Mungatana were left without an ego after being used to mop the studio floor this morning. The fact is that Edwin Sifuna swept them with the truth.
I will speak because it is not Mungatana that invited me here. It is you.
Okay.
Now, when it comes to the question of public participation, he said that, he didn't see Sifuna appearing at public participation. I'm not a member of the public. The public participation is for people to speak openly about programs that are being run by people in the legislature and people in the executive. Yes. So that by the time it comes, my turn will come. My turn will come when the bill comes to the House for me to debate. I don't want to go into a public participation, hog all the limelight as an elected member, have my views precede the views of other people, ordinary people. This is a forum that has been created for ordinary people. That is why, Trevor, when the question of BBI went before the courts, do you remember the court saying that the president is not a person who can initiate a constitutional amendment because of his position in society? So these people who go to public participations, you are an elected senator, you are an elected member of parliament, you go there with people in buses, you have brought your own people to pay them and to try and shape the opinions of the people. Allow the public to speak freely about the programs that we are initiating both as a legislator and the executive. Finally, I want to say this, Trevor. Mimi siogopi. If my wings will be clipped today, let them be clipped. But I'm asking myself this question. If it is true that the people of Kenya have rejected this housing levy, the courts have found fault with this housing levy, you have a person in the executive saying he will disobey court orders, he has already disobeyed the will of the people, saying they will proceed with this thing anyway. What is in it for him? I will not be surprised, Trevor. If you go and do a deep dive into this particular project, you will find the suppliers of this material for construction is his friends, if not himself. He will find is the one bringing cement, you'll find is the one bringing the construction steel, and some of these people, they are just talking here. When the truth about this housing project comes out, all of these people will be put to shame. So let us not be gagged. Let us speak freely, because that is what the Constitution guarantees us. Well, you will not be threatened.
Can I say something? First of all, Trevor, we are before the public. We are not in a public rally here. It is proper for us to respectfully address each other and respectively address those who are not seated with us here. Have the courtesy of he is the president of the Republic of Kenya. I don't stand and say Raila is a liar. Raila is doing.
But you can say that.
It's not
that
right.
Is the Constitution guarantees freedom of speech.
It is not right.
And the limitations are there.
This kind
if Raila
leaders,
tells a lie, you can say this is a lie.
Right. That's not right. It's not right. And this reflects the generational issues in this leadership. You know, there are people who have no restraint whatsoever. No restraint whatsoever. They talk like they are in their bedrooms or their streets. It is wrong. When we are talking to your elders, you talk with respect.
You elders, what have you done for this country? You have messed this country for the other generations. You are not people to speak.
And I want to say this.
Now, the truth is that it is very hard and so much expensive to defend a failed regime. That's exactly what Mungatana and Faramali are trying to do. Ruto is running a failed government because he don't listen. He's a failure. He's clueless. He has no plan. So defending him, it is expensive. It is also so hard. It pains you, even if you are a clever person, you look so awkward, stupid. That's the truth. So you check on the manner in which Mungatana and Faramal are defending Ruto. Sifuna was just giving them blow by blow. For example, you say that the economy is doing it because we had a lot of booking in the coast region, Mombasa. So because of that, there was business. Then one question, who among the people who were in Mombasa was a Kenyan enjoying time? No one. So in as much as there is business, Kenyans were not part of this. They don't have money. These were outsiders just coming. So in one way, we can't celebrate that much that people were enjoying. In as much as we'll have Kenyans having a vacation celebrating, then it's something we're going to talk about. The issue to do with the Mother Kome, CJ, having a meeting one-on-one with William Ruto is something that Sifuna is referring to as hyena in a meeting with a sheep looking for justice. There will never be justice. Hyena in this context is William Ruto, and the sheep here is Mother Kome carrying Kenyans to William Ruto. Tell me where justice is. It can never be. So this guy got so much angry when Edwin Sifuna referred to William Ruto as a liar. That Ruto lies. He lied. That's why they tell him to use parliamentary language. How do you ask someone to use parliamentary language on a TV station? No, it cannot. So with all that, they are forcing Ruto to, Sifuna to respect Ruto Yet Ruto cannot earn that respect by himself. By the way, respect is earned. You cannot force anyone to respect you. So the fact is that they're not comfortable when Sifuna is exposing the lies in Ruto. Hawakubaliani na hayo. Hawapendi Ruto atumia maneno kama hayo. In what the former Mombasa governor referred to as mwizi ni mwizi, hana majina mawili. So a liar is just a liar. There's no any other name you can use to quote, is a lie. Sugarcoating is not way to go. Just say things the way they are. You talk about the issue to do with the affordable housing. Sifuna just nailed it in what we also questioned here. What is this in the affordable housing that forces Ruto or makes Ruto to force Kenyans to pay for this? He's forcing this on Kenyans' throat. It makes people now to start coming out with the views that there is something personally that Ruto is benefiting from affordable housing. Very true. Mambo ya supply, contract, and all that. Hao ndio wana supply chuma, simiti, mchanga, mawe, ballast, na hayo mengine. So they are beneficiaries of this. So when the court says no, they know what they are going to lose in all this. Let me leave you here with the full clip from Edwin Sifuna lecturing or schooling UDA allies. I am sure they are going to get so much worried to meet, debate, or address Edwin Sifuna in any circumstance, especially when it comes to a TV show or interview. They will not come for this.
Anybody in 2024 who tells you that the executive, that the president has powers to do what they want, that is somebody who is living in 1975. And that is the problem we have. Those of us who ascribe to this oath, and they are saying, oh, members of the opposition don't see anything good. The oaths that we took are specified here under the third schedule. And I take oaths very seriously. I'm sure the Pokomo do as well.
Oh, we do.
This oath that I took says, I will bear true faith and allegiance to the people and Republic of Kenya. There's a reason why you start with the people. I will never, ever deviate from bearing true faith and allegiance to the people of Kenya at it to please someone, so that I look like a respectable young boy who addresses grown-ups with respect. I will never abandon this oath because I took it knowing what I was reading. Mungatana, you say that we never say anything positive about your regime. It's because you don't do anything good. Name one thing that you have done that is good, that has impacted positively on the people of Kenya, that has been done lawfully in accordance to the Constitution.
Yes.
Even this thing, let me finish. You will respond later. You will respond later. This is what makes me disrespectful, because you have no respect for me. Allow me to speak.
No, you have.
Mungatana, you have said all hotels in the coast were overbooked during Christmas period. Those were not Kenyans. The overbooking is because of a policy that I support, of the open skies, because I never understood why we needed to protect KQ, for instance, in our routes like Mombasa. Because of that, and you can speak to the people in the industry themselves, they are telling you that that is the reason why we have seen overbookings. The people that are coming in on those cruise ships are not from Garsen. No, they are not. People in Kenya, the people of Kenya did not have a Christmas. They did not have a Christmas because 2023 was one of the worst years in history.
But let me
and I'm telling you, I don't understand. I don't understand. You see, unless we serve different populations in this country, because the feedback we receive from the people I represent myself is not a rosy picture. None of the people who called me over Christmas have told me that they enjoyed this is their best Christmas, that they took their children to holiday in Mombasa, that now all their children are in school. No. If you go to my office, Trevor, 99% of my engagement with the people is people looking for bursaries, for money from me to take children to school. Nobody had a Christmas. If you see overbookings, it's because of those foreigners who are coming in because of the open skies policy that I support. Now, number two, when you say that nobody has been taken to Haiti, so all of us should keep quiet. I have said on this show that if you occupy any position, your words mean something. you cannot be a head of state who says you will disobey a court order. Whether they have gone or not, your pronouncement, the fact that you are threatening a violation of the constitution you swore to protect is a call for concern. That is why, if you look at the Article 23, you are allowed to go to court, even when something has not happened, but there is a threat. The word is there under Article 23. So the president threatening to disobey a court order. And I saw a very unfortunate scene in December. I think it was early January, when senators, my colleagues in the House, are urging the president, you do what you want. They're speaking the language of Farah Maalim. Young people my age, younger than me, speaking like Farah, saying, oh, you do what you want, nobody will take you anywhere. We have seen other presidents disobeying court orders, and nothing has happened to them. There is a road that you have the videos there. There are senators who are younger than me. So that age is not a matter. If your head is bad, you could be 90 years old, you could be 10 years old, but you have the same vision because you do not live in the current circumstances as the Constitution dictates. So it is something that is very terrible. It is to be condemned. Those pronouncements should not be coming from the head of state. I had reservations about this so-called dialogue with, between the judiciary and the executive. There can never be a dialogue between the hyena and the sheep. One of those animals is going to lose out in that particular engagement. And I said it, and I told the Chief Justice, for you to go into the lair of the lion as a lamb and then tell us that, oh, you are negotiating as equal arms of government. What are you negotiating? We saw what the judiciary got out. They got out money to employ judges. They got out money to build courts and buy vehicles. What did they give in return? It is hardly 2 weeks later, the same person you are having this high tea with is telling you that what you're doing there is rubbish. I had suggested to her that there's only one way to deal with this executive dictatorship. Tell these characters that for as long as you are not going to respect the decisions of the courts are not going to be open for you. Because as a judge, somebody who's giving their all, listening to cases, somebody has brought a case challenging a legislation that has been passed into law, that has been assented into law by the president. And you know for a fact, you as a judge, immediately you pass your decision. If the decision is right according to the facts and the law, you will be called corrupt. Immediately. They say these judges are corrupt. When you ask them for evidence, another one told us on Thursday is going to lead a delegation to bring evidence against a specific judge. And on the day itself, he dodged, he ran away. Because he doesn't have evidence, he just speaks. So we have said, Chief Justice, if she is unable to defend the Constitution and the courts and the institution of the judiciary, let her step aside. We will do that defending. Because for us, we cannot afford to have a judiciary that is emasculated by the executive. Because the next thing that will happen, I don't know because I was not there, they need to make public what commitments were made on both sides. Because I don't know, because I can speculate because it is secret. Maybe they said the next time any opposition leader is brought before you, first of all, if it's Sifuna, deny him bail. Let him stay a few weeks in jail. I don't know, because they need to make it public.
All right.
Because there cannot be an agreement. There cannot be agreement between sheep and hyenas. It can't happen.